Hello everyone, it's Monday again. This time it's the 20th of March, 2017. As always, I'm Dakia, and I'm showing you some finished minis. This is the first of my finished minis. Why am I only saying the first? Only the one of these is new. Guess which one? Okay, this one. This is the metal version of the Ankeg. And this is my old Bones version, which I've not repainted. I've simply rebased it. I've placed it on a dirt base with some dirt and grass. And as you can see, I went slightly different route painting it the second time, slightly darker. Yeah, but you know, I kind of like both versions. I can kind of point out that one advantage the Bones version has is that it has a better integrated base. These rocks, they're sculpted in there, that it's bursting, so it has more ground that's bursting out of. The metal one had almost nothing of that. Everything on this base I've added myself, and it does not look as good. I mean, I like having those rocks there on that one, but otherwise, you know, they're pretty equivalent. And you know, you can in this case, using the Bones is acceptable for gaming. It's not, there's not a huge loss of detail in this particular model. Well, that's it. Let's move on. Now, the other bit of work I got done this week is the band. Got the band back together with the orcs. That's a little better in focus. Here we have the dudes rocking it out on stage with some lighting in the form of big candles and a drum kit composed of skulls. Now, this did not turn out as amazing as I would have wanted. I thought this would be a nice set piece to enter into a competition. See, there's a gaming convention coming up in a couple of months that has a small painting competition. I've entered once before. I was disappointed. It's really Bush League. There's only two categories: single figure and group of figures. And I thought I'd enter this into group of figures. I don't know. I might still go for it just because, you know, the number of entries in total in that competition is very low. I might stand a chance just out of pure luck. But I don't know. The only thing I have for the single figure competition, and it's not going to win, is this model that I painted last summer, I think it was. A larger 54mm scale miniature. And it's not going to do well in that competition because I know that the judges are going to think that it's too much cheesecake. And yeah, but I don't have time to paint something else of display quality before the con comes around. So, you know, I'll give it a shot. I'll enter it and see what they say. But anyway, those were the completed projects. Let's go into work in progress. Oh, the Jabberwock, you can see he's kind of on the way. Just some messy, sloppy base coats yet on the actual body and wings and whatnot. A little bit more work on the base. Yeah, this is definitely a work in progress, but it's coming along, and you know, taking my time. The Roper, or Stone Lurker, I did not receive the extra tentacles I needed in the mail this week, so it's still on hold. Just waiting for those parts. But as soon as I get them, I will assemble and prime it, and maybe even start painting. You know, if those tentacles arrive early this week, that model might even be done by next Monday. We'll see. And here we have the current state of the Innsmouth crowd. They, as you can see, have all been primed, and I've just put a very simple base coat on their bases. And I noticed something. I made dirt bases for all of them, but if you look at this guy, he's clearly mopping a floor. It's been covered by brown paint now, but there's a mop. That seems kind of odd. Why would he be mopping outside in the dirt and grass? Oh well. We'll excuse it by saying that he's maybe a little bit stupid. Anyway, we'll get started on these, and hopefully even have a few of them finished by next week. Now, for my next project, I thought I would do, because this latest batch is like a mass of just goons. I thought I'd paint a few slightly higher quality minis. So I picked out these Harwood Hobbies Collie Cultists. Now this is from a Kickstarter I backed a while ago. This one is simply called Collie Cultist. It's a lady. This one's called Collie Cultist Death Dealer. Is another female. And finally we have Lasath, the Collie Cultist Leader. All women, strangely enough. Probably because here we have the avatar of Kali herself, which is a slightly larger mini, like a 40mm mini. And to these four, I'm adding a fifth, which is an actual Kali cult. The actual cult of Kali, historically, it was known as the Thuggee. And this is a Thuggee cultist, which is a male. This is from Reaper, the Chronoscope line. And yeah, so you're seeing a theme here. And why these particular minis? Well, because the Call of Cthulhu campaign I mentioned that I'm going to send my players on, I think they're visiting India, or at least regions nearby. So maybe these cultists will come in useful. We'll see. This week's Arrivals is a very simple one. It's a very small Kickstarter package of 5 minis, again from Blind Beggar. This one is a continuation of the female militia squad that I have some packs from previously. I've just noticed that this one is kind of interesting because this is not a spear, this is probably a flagpole, so I'm going to have to craft a little flag there, but that's okay, I can do that. A little paper flag it'll be fine. A little bit more work than usual, but, you know. So, yeah. That's what we got done this week. I'm happy with my progress. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I will see you next week. Until then, this is Dakian signing off.